very nice to contact you through social media, and we're very excited to present our presentation today. I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Omer, who's going to explain today's lesson.
Good morning, everyone. I hope this video finds you all well. And I'm happy to be with you again. Today, inshallah, we're going to be doing a grammar lesson. I know some of you have had some difficulties doing the grammar exercises, especially after they have a look at the PowerPoint presentation. Today, I and Mr. Anthony will be discussing together how to combine sentences. Okay, first, what are we going to talk about first, Mr. Anthony?
We're going to talk about when you should combine sentences. So when you should combine sentences together.
Yeah, when should we combine sentences like normal? Yeah, this is, when should we combine sentences, Mr. Anthony? When do you think we should combine sentences?
I think we should combine sentences to make sentences more together and more interesting. We bring different topics and different ideas and we bring them together.
But the question is, can we join in any two pairs of sentences haphazardly? No, or they should be related to each other. There should be some kind of a relationship between the two sentences.
I think there should be some relation.
Yeah, so I assume that the two sentences should be related together. So the reason why we want to join sentences together, because simple, too much of the same thing can be boring. Imagine, Anthony, you're eating the same thing. What's your favorite meal, Anthony?
Chicken schnitzels.
Yeah. Do you eat it every single day? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
No.
So let's imagine this situation. Imagine that you eat your favorite meal every day, every meal. How are you going to feel?
Exhausted.
That's a strong word, but it's okay. So are you going to be like this guy here in the picture?
I think he looks very bored.
Yeah, because he's eating the same thing every single day. Day after day after day. It's so boring, isn't it? Okay, so this likewise. Reading the same type of sentences over and over again can also be
boring.
Yeah, spot on. Okay, notice how too many short sentences make this paragraph boring, Anthony. Okay, let's try and read it.
Okay. A geyser is a spring. A geyser shoots hot water. It shoots water into the air with great force. Some geysers erupt continually. Some remain dormant for long periods.
I think, Anthony, have you finished?
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't following. Yeah, it's so boring, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you feel here, Anthony, while reading, even yourself while reading? How do you feel?
Yeah, a little bit repetitive.
Maybe dormant like the geyser?
Yeah.
Okay, so repetitive, the same style. Yeah, normally, yeah. But now see how the sentence combining makes the paragraph shorter and more interesting. Let's see. Can you read it now, Anthony? This is the geyser, boys, in case you don't know what it is.
A geyser is a spring that shoots hot water into the air with great force. While some geysers erupt continually, some remain dormant for long periods.
Mm-hmm. It looks fine for me because the ideas are related. So, for example, we used that here, we used while. Of course, we're going to explain all this later in our presentation today. Okay, let's get down to business here. So, combine two short sentences by taking a keyword from one sentence and inserting it into the other. All right, so this is the first way we can combine sentences together if they are related. For example, look at this sentence, Anthony. So here we have two sentences, all right? So what are the two sentences about? They are about the first sentence is about who?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, what information can you give about this guy?
He had a short life, or led a short life.
Okay. And this sentence, what is it about?
His life again.
Whose life? Edgar Allan Poe's life, right? So his life, what was his life like?
Tragic.
Aha, so his life is not only short, but it's also tragic, right? So if we want to put or insert this, where is the new piece of information in this sentences? Because his life is repeated, because we talked about it already, right? And was, of course, this is a verb. And how about the adjective tragic? This is the new piece of information here. So how are we going to insert this adjective or this new piece of information in the second sentence into the first sentence here? How are we going to do this?
I think we'd look for a position where tragic
Yeah,
would go.
may fit, yeah. Where does
Yeah.
it fit?
I think it might fit. You could put it before short, maybe?
Yeah, a tragic short life or a short tragic life, because they are not adjectives, they are not of the same type, and it's gonna be better if we add and or a comma between the two adjectives. Why, boys? Because they are of the same type. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Tragic is the new piece of information. So it's going to be like this. Can you read it for us, Anton?
Edgar Allan Poe led a short, tragic life.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a good job, boys. Okay, so let's move on to another example. You may have to change the form of the word. In what way, Anthony? Because, you know, a word might have more than one form. A word can be an adjective, it can be a noun, it can be a verb, and for quite a good number of words in English, we can derive words from one another, right? Like, for example, if you are happy, all right, so you can express your happiness by smiling, right? So, or if you are smiling, if you can smile, so you can have what type of face?
Happy face?
A happy face or a smiling?
Smiley
face. Very good. So this is how we derive words from each other. So you may have to kind of change the word a bit so that it can fit the context, all right? Or where you want to put it.
Okay.
Let's have a look at Poe again.
Poe wrote strange stories. He wrote horror stories.
So Poe wrote strange stories. He also wrote horror stories. So what type of stories did he write? So actually, sorry. Okay, so what type of stories did he write?
Horror stories.
Yeah, very good. Only horror?
And strange.
And strange. So these stories were not only horror, they were also strange, right? So how are we gonna describe the stories? Because horror here is a genre. If I want to add it to another adjective, so I need to change it from a noun to an adjective. How am I gonna, how am I supposed to change horror, which is a noun, into an adjective?
I think we have to add ing maybe?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Spot on. Very good. So let's see here. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. So here, horror. Spot on, Anthony. Very good. So yeah. So how does the sentence look like now?
Poe wrote strange, horrifying stories.
That's absolutely right. So what type of stories are we talking about? We're talking about stories which are strange, and not only strange, but also
horrifying.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very good. So, how else can we combine two sentences, Anthony?
We can insert phrase, words and phrase.
Yeah. Some people are still confused about the meaning of the word phrase. So, can you tell us what a phrase is?
Phrase is a set of words without...
Yeah, a set of words. A set of words like a group of words, you mean.
Words.
Yeah, and this group of words perform only one function. Like, How can you give us an example of a phrase? The one that starts with a preposition and then followed by a noun. What do we call it?
Prepositional phrase?
Wow, very good. How about these type of phrase that has a noun and, for example, modifiers for the noun, like a noun, an adjective, an article? What do we call these type of phrases? See, it has in the middle of it, it has a noun, and then we add adjective to the noun, and then an article to the noun, so it's a noun.
Noun phrase.
Wow, very good. It's a noun phrase. And another type of phrase is we have also have type of phrases which is like grammatical phrase like a positive phrases and also prepositional phrase. This is the first type we have here. Like for example, this car can park easily. It can park where? Where can it park?
In tight spaces.
So in tight spaces is a phrase. It shows us, it answered one question, which is where?
Tight spaces.
Yeah, because it gives us a verb here. So we call it a preposition phrase, but it behaves like or acts like an adverb in this sentence because it answered the question where. All right, anyway, so we are talking about the car, and there are two things about the car we need to know here, that it can park easily, not only park easily, but it can also park
in tight spaces.
yeah. So this is a preposition phrase because it starts with a preposition. You see, this what do we call these boys? Huh? I bet you know it. Preposition. And what do we call it? Is noun phrase. So preposition plus a noun phrase gives us a prepositional phrase. Can you see here? All right. Is it clear, Anthony?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. So, how am I going to fit this sentence into this sentence here? How do you think am I going to do this?
Park easily. It can park. Maybe this car can park in tight spaces easily?
Yeah, it can park in tight spaces easily, so you insert it. Or we can also say that this car can park in tight spaces, can park easily where? In tight spaces.
Okay.
So that's how it works. So, okay, so all right, let's see what we have here. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a problem with my pointer here. Yeah, it sounds like... So, yeah, it works again. So, let's see here what we have here. So, this car can park easily. Where? In tight spaces. So I inserted the prepositional phrase in tight spaces from the first sentence into from the second sentence, sorry, into the first sentence here.
Could I put in this car can park in tight spaces easily?
Yeah.
Or
You can also say it in different ways.
you can put it in the
This
front.
car can easily park in tight spaces.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So. And another type of phrase is a participle phrase. What's a participle phrase, Anthony? A participle phrase contains
Verb.
Yeah.
From usually ending in ing or ed.
Yeah, like
Feeling.
yeah. So I'm doing this class this morning feeling happy. All right. So feeling happy. I'm doing this class this morning. Feeling happy. I had like a bar of chocolate. You see, so this phrase "feeling happy" describes how I feel, right? So it's like we call it a positive. So a positive is a verb form usually ending in ing or ed, plus a noun or a pronoun or an adjective. This is like these noun or an adjective or pronoun or an adjective act like a complement of the participle. Like for example, feeling confident.
So compliments.
Yeah, very good. The confident is complement for this participle phrase. All right, in himself, and another prepositional phrase to complete the, yeah. So, an appositive is a word that identifies a nearby noun. So there's one important condition for an appositive phrase to be an appositive phrase. It should modify a nearby noun or a pronoun. So let's have a look at this example. Can you read it for us, Anthony?
I gave my mother flowers for her birthday.
Yeah. So
I gave my mother flowers, tulips for her birthday.
oh, sorry, we moved to another type of phrase. Sorry, positive. I apologize. I apologize, boy. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the examples again. This is a participle phrase, and this is the example here. So, can you read this example for us, Anthony?
Sam swung the bat. He was focusing on the ball.
Wonderful. So where is the participle phrase here?
Focusing.
On the ball. Yeah. So who does this sentence modify or describe? Who was focusing on the ball?
Sam.
Yeah, very good. So how are we gonna fit or put the second or this new piece of information or the participle phrase in this case into the first sentence?
Maybe at the start of the sentence?
Yeah, absolutely right. Very good. Focusing on the ball, Sam swung the bat. Be careful, boys, because an appositive phrase should be immediately followed by the person or the thing that it describes. Right? So I can't say focusing on the ball, the bat was swung by Sam. Because it's not the bat which is focusing on the ball.
It's Sam.
Yeah, it's Sam. So Sam should immediately follow the participle phrase that describes him. All right. Anyway, so let's not trouble ourselves about this. So all we need to know that a participle phrase can describe a noun and it starts with a verb and a complement, a verb plus ing, or the third conjugation of the verb. Now, let's move to the third type of phrases, a positive phrase. What's an appositive phrase, Anthony?
Positive is a word that identifies a nearby noun or pronoun.
So if we are talking about Anthony, who's Anthony? The English teacher.
Yes.
Or the teacher of English. He's a very nice guy. So what does the phrase, the teacher of English here, do to us here, to our sentence here? It describes Anthony.
Me.
So, very good. This is called an appositive phrase. So, for example, I gave my mother flowers for her birthday. Alright? So, what type of flowers, what flowers are you talking about? We're talking about
tulips.
So this is an extra piece of information that is added to the word flower because it shows us what type of flowers or which flowers exactly are we talking about. If we're talking about Anthony, the new teacher of English, all right? So what does the teacher of English do to Anthony? It adds more information to Anthony or extra information to Anthony, all right? So an appositive phrase consists of an appositive and its modifier. An appositive and its modifier. Yeah, so I gave my mother flowers, a dozen pink tulips. So what does the word a dozen pink tulips do to this sentence? Or to, actually it's gonna do to flowers. What does it do to flowers here, Anthony?
It modifies maybe?
Yeah, it adds more information about flowers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So this extra information about what? About the noun flowers.
Yes.
You got it? Cool. So let's practice. So be careful, boys. What do we need to do before we answer the questions, Anthony?
We need to read the sentence.
Yeah.
Question.
Can you read this for us, please?
Combine the following short sentences by inserting the italicized word or phrase into the first sentence. Add commas where necessary, hints in parentheses.
Yeah.
Parentheses tell how to change word forms.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So what are we going to do here? We are going to insert the word in italics in tilted here, which is the tilted one, okay, into the first sentence. All right. So for the first sentence here, we have the word beauty, but we need to know to understand what it is, what the sentence tell us, Anthony. Can you read the sentence for us, Anthony?
Plants are used to make products. These products are beauty products.
So what are we talking about here? We are talking about plants who are used to make products. But what type of products does it make? Does we use to make these plants?
Beauty.
Beauty products. Yeah. Any idea, Anthony, what we mean by beauty products?
Beauty meaning products for makeup
Yeah.
and health.
Like
Lipstick
like
maybe,
eyeshadow. Yeah, you guys are familiar with these. Oh, girls know better than we do. We don't know. We don't normally. Although some people use cream, can we consider cream beauty products? The cream moisturizing.
Maybe, I think moisturizer.
Yeah. Okay. So if we want to insert the word beauty here into the first sentence, where should it fit here, Anthony? Because it describes products, isn't it?
Yeah, probably right before products.
Yeah. So how's it gonna be like? How is the sentence gonna be like?
Plants are used to make beauty products.
That's wonderful. Spot on, Anthony. Very good. Plants are used to make what type of products? Beauty products. And here the explanation. Don't forget to read the explanation, boys. It's very important. So why? What happened here, Anthony? Can you explain to us?
The sentences have been combined so that the word beauty modifies products.
Because it actually modifies products. Simple. Yeah. So, So let's move on to the second sentence here, the second example.
Malik ran toward the goal. His pace was quick. Change quick to quickly.
All right. So the word quick describes or modifies Malik, right? Describes his pace, sorry, Malik's pace. But the word quickly is not going to do that. It's going to describe, because it's an adverb of manner, it's going to describe how he ran rather than his pace.
Okay.
You see? So how is this adverb of manner, quickly, fit into these sentences? The first sentence, sorry.
Well, it had to do with running. So Malik ran quickly toward the goal.
Wow, absolutely right. Very good. Wonderful, Anthony. So how about if I try it like this? Malik quickly ran toward the goal. Does it work? Or it sounds like awkward?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit awkward.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Wow, Anthony, you're right. Malik ran quickly toward the goal. What happened here? Can you explain to us, Anthony?
The sentences have been combined so that the word quickly modifies ran.
Yeah, because it's quickly is an adverb, and an adverb of manner just modifies the verb. It describes or modifies how he ran rather than describes Malik himself. All right, so let's move on to the third and last example for this section.
Migrant workers move constantly. They search for work. Change search to searching.
Aha, so this is like an appositive, do you remember?
Yes.
When we talked about, participle.
Participle.
So we're going to change search into searching so that it's a participle phrase. It tells us how migrants move, all right? Okay, so migrant workers move constantly. They search for work. So what's the reason why they move, Anthony?
Search
Why do you think they move?
for work.
Very good, to search for work. So if I want to use this phrase, search for work, or rather, because the hint here tells us that we need to change it into a participle, it's going to be searching for work. It's going to describe who? The migrants. So can you use this participle phrase to insert this participle phrase into the first sentence, please?
Okay, would I put it at the start? Searching?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because you're still talking about who? Migrants. Alright? So you can, guess what? You can also say migrants, comma, searching for work, comma, move constantly. Or, like we said, Anthony, you got it very, very brilliantly here. Searching for work, comma, migrants, of course, because it's not at the beginning of the sentence anymore. So migrant workers move constantly. So can you explain it to us, Anthony, please?
The sentences have been combined so that the phrase searching for work modifies workers.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so, all right, Anthony. So, all right, so I'm gonna have to stop at this part for for a couple of seconds. Just you can grab some water, Anthony, if you like. I've got your bottle here.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the kids, the guys, the lads here need to think about answers to this. And please get back to me. These questions are on the school library. You need to download the file or the worksheet and send it back to me. All right? I'm gonna put it on homework too, so that you can upload it back if you like, or you can simply put up a picture through WhatsApp. All right, Anthony. So, how much time have we got for today? So, let's move on to the second part. Let's move on to the second part.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, right. So, how to combine sentences using compound subjects and verbs. So, did you know, Anthony, that you can also combine sentences by making compound subjects and compound verbs? Oh, this is like compound subjects and compound verbs? What do we mean by compound subjects?
Maybe 2
Subjects
subjects?
for the same verb. So, I and you, or you and I, what are we doing? What are we doing now?
Teaching?
Yeah, so can you put this piece of information into a sentence, a complete sentence?
Omar and me
Very good.
are teaching.
Very good. So Anthony and I are teaching grammar. Wow. So who are the subjects of this verb teaching grammar right now? Of course, Anthony and I. Yeah. So Anthony is a subject and I is another subject, and we combined, or we joined the two subjects together using the coordinating conjunction and. All right. So let's see. Step 1. What do we do for step 1 to combine subject or combine verbs, Anthony?
Look for sentences that have the same subject or the same verb.
Okay. If it has the same subject and two verbs, we're going to have compound verb. If it have the same verb but two subjects, we're going to have compound subjects. Yeah, very good. So for example,
Ice reduces swelling. Ice relieves pain.
so what do we have here? We have the same subject, but two predicates here, two different predicates, right? So same subject, compound verb, right? So let's look at these examples.
Jaguars have spots. Leopards have spots.
So what do we have here?
Same verb,
But,
two different subjects.
wow, very good. So step 2, join the verbs or subjects of the two sentences with a coordinating conjunction. Do you remember, Anthony, what coordinating conjunctions are? Such as what?
Words that put
Yeah.
sentences together.
Yeah, very good. What are the coordinating conjunction? And
But.
do you remember, boys, the fanboys? Do you remember the fanboys? F for A for and, N for no, boys, of course. B for but, O for or, S for Y for yet, and S for so. So these are the fanboys. So we use one of these fanboys to join the subjects, or the verbs together. All right, let's see what do we have here. All right, so step 3. Sorry, Anthony. If
Subjects are the same,
so,
then keep the subject and join the verbs.
simple. All right, it's a no-brainer actually. Like, here is an example. Can you do it for us, Anthony?
So ice reduces swelling,
Yeah.
ice relieves pain.
Wow.
So maybe join the sentences with the word like and?
Yeah, because the second, yeah, we add sentences to each other. We add verbs we add verbs to each other. We add information using the verb or the predicate, yeah? So how does it look like here?
Ice reduces swelling and relieves pain.
Wow, very good, very good. So, what if verbs are the same?
And the subject will be
Yeah, keep the verb and join the subject. Yeah, here is another example. Jaguars have spots, leopards have spots. So what do we have here? How many animals are we talking about here?
two
Which are?
jaguars and leopards.
So what do they have?
Spots.
Very good. So how can you join the two sentences together using compound subjects, of course?
Maybe jaguars, jaguars and leopards.
Very
have
good.
spots.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful, Anthony. Jaguars and leopards have spots. I'll leave this for you, of course, boys, but we're gonna have to do the practice together, Anthony. All right, so can you read the heading of the question, Anthony?
Combine the following short sentences by forming a compound subject or a compound verb.
Yeah, this is very simple.
Be prepared to explain your answers.
Very good. So can you read number one?
Bananas are a tropical fruit. Coconuts are also a tropical fruit.
So let's see, what are we talking about here?
Tropical fruit.
Yeah, and how many types of tropical fruits have we talked about?
Two different.
Which are?
Bananas
And?
coconuts.
You said it.
Bananas and coconuts are tropical fruit.
Very simple. Very simple. Very good. So, bananas and coconuts are tropical fruits. So, can you explain to us what happened here?
Since both sentences had the same verb,
Yeah, which is are tropical fruit. Predicate, actually, yeah?
the combined sentence has a compound subject.
Which are?
Fruits.
Yeah, which are bananas and coconuts.
Yes,
Yeah?
the subject is
So we changed it, we added S to the word fruit. Why? Because we're talking about two types now. Yeah. So,
fruits is plural since the sentence is now about more than one kind of fruit.
wonderful, Anthony. Wonderful job. Okay, so let's have a read.
Number two,
Yeah.
Ben had planned to be here. Ben later changed his mind.
So Ben not only had planned to be here, but he later changed his mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the second sentence kind of contradicts the first one because he had already planned to be here. But what happened later?
He changed his mind.
Yeah. So this contradicts his previous plans. So what coordinating conjunction can we use here?
I think you said it. I think but.
Yeah or yet?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Very good. How is it going to be like?
Ben had planned to be here, but he changed his mind.
Very good. But this is going to be a sentence. So close. Sorry, we don't need a close. So we need to get rid of Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben planned to be here,
But
later
very
changed
good.
his mind.
Wow. Wonderful. So can you explain what happened to us, Anthony?
Since both sentences had the same subject, the combined sentence has a compound verb. The conjunction but
Yeah.
expresses a contrast in ideas.
Very good. Wonderful. So let's go to the third and last example for our class today.
Vince could design the banner. Otherwise, Lan could design it.
That's wonderful. So otherwise, I wonder, so can both boys design the banner? No, not really.
It's one or the other.
One, yeah, it's either Vince or
Lan.
Lance. So, but we're not supposed to use either here. So we are going to be happy with the or.
Okay.
So who can design the banner, Anthony?
Vince or Lan.
Very good. Wonderful job here. So Vince or Lan could design the banner. Can you explain the answer to us, Anthony?
Since both sentences have the same verb, the compound sentence has a compound subject. The conjunction or shows a choice between two possibilities.
So it's either one of them. They can't both do the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you to Anthony to end this wonderful session with you, boys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask or send me a voice message or even a text message on WhatsApp. Either me or Anthony will be more than happy to answer your question. Anthony?
Thank you for listening to our presentation, guys. Guys, don't be scared of what's happening with coronavirus. It's all going to blow over, and also just be positive. I mean, it's difficult being at home. I know that. However, we need to continue learning and studying, and over this next coming week, we will be doing a lot more online learning.
Hopefully, inshallah. Remember, boys, this is only the first part of this grammar lesson. Inshallah, we're going to continue the next part later, inshallah. And hopefully we'll be live with you so that we can listen to your question and try to answer them. Your last word, Anthony? Would you like to add anything more?
No, thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Ta-da.